Hello and welcome. You join me, ADG, and here we are for race 11 of the Gran Turismo Touring Car Championship, brought to us by the Mature Racing Club. This time we're at Goodwood for yet another half-an-hour race, and we will quickly go through the grid order. 20-minute qualifying session, determines the grid order that we're about to go through. So Moz doing a great job to put it in pole position in the Megane Trophy. We've got White Shark Jim in second in the Audi TT, particularly strong car around this track for some strange reason. Third is ADG 123 in the Audi TT. We've got Ribbit in fourth in the Megane Trophy as well. White Shark Phil is in fifth in the VW Scirocco. We've got JRC in sixth in the Megane Trophy. Ginger Crackhead in seventh in the Megane Trophy. We've got Street Boy in 8th in the Nissan GTR. Faithful Seymour in 9th in the McLaren. We've got CJW in 10th in the Trophy. Rick is in 11th in the Jaguar F-Type. And then we have VLX Chewer in 12th position in the Toyota GT86. So we'll jump back up to pole sitter Moz and get this one underway. Looking back, I'll wait for the start. Keep an eye on 6th position, JRC. He gets a really good start on this one. So there we go. Away we go. Looking back, JRC, like I say, gets all the way 3 wide as we go through into the first corner, and he gets up into second position. So brilliant stuff from JRC. Moz has got a really good launch, so he's off cleanly without much drama to worry about behind. But yeah, really good start from JRC there. We've got White Shark Jim following him behind. Oh. And everyone looks like they've got away quite well. Ginger Cracker and Street Boy keeping it clean as they go side by side through there. There's not a lot of room on this track, it's pretty narrow. And you certainly don't want to be making mistakes, because as soon as you do, bye-bye. There's no barriers to stop you, so once you're off, you're off. You've got to gather it all up, and it can take quite a long time to get back on track. And then when you do, you've got dirty tyres. So what's going on up front? So JRC with a little bit of a moment, he's lost his momentum, and that allows White Shark Jim and myself just to get back through. Down the insides into the last couple of corners, through the last chicane now. Oh, and then a little bit of contact on the chicane as well from JRC coming through in the first lap, so that allows White Shark Phil to get up into fourth. Street Boy has managed to get past Ginger Crackhead. We saw them side by side on the first lap, and he's now up into sixth. Ginger Crackhead in seventh with Ribber behind him in eighth. Let's go ahead, because I'm side by side with White Shark Jim, trying to take second place off him and just about manage it before we get turned into the fast right-hander and then chuck it over to the left-hander. Position change there. Oh, Ribber now just getting past Ginger Crackhead. Ginger Crackhead coming back in there. Oh, not quite got the pace to be able to run it side by side on the exit. Sticks it in the slipstream and hopes for the best down into here. Ginger Crackhead actually getting a challenge from Faithful Seymour in the McLaren, coming from behind in 9th position. So dropping down a position there. Ginger Crackhead can't quite manage to make the move back on Ribber. Chewy up into 10th now from 12th. CJW has dropped down into 11th, and Rick into 12th now. So we'll try and keep an eye on the action as best I can. Massive train coming through now. I've managed to get past Moz and get myself up into first place. Moz with a little bit of a mistake early on, and White Shark Jim's followed me. He's in second, so it's Audi TT Trophy at the moment for the podium spots. And then the VW Scirocco of White Shark Phil. JRC in the Trophy GTR, so it's all quite mixed up in this race, apart from the TT being quite predominantly strong round here. So Faithful Seamer's dropped back a position or two as well, and Ribber's now up in 7th. I missed that. Can we go back and watch that? I don't know how long ago it was. Well, we did see a little moment there from Faithful Seamer though, so we'll see what happened. Even though it's not the position change. Ginger Cracker down the inside. Oh, bit of a tiny bit of contact or extreme avoidance techniques, but yeah. Oh, and then Faithful Seamer just getting it wrong, coming out of the last chicane. Behind we have a little incident between Ginger Crackhead and Chewitt, coming through the last chicane as well, so that's caught those guys out, slowed them right down, and it was a bit of an incident in chat as well. For those that were in chat, you'll probably remember it, never mind. I'm sure all is forgiven now. One of those things, heat of the moment. So that puts Ginger Cracker in 12th, Chewitt in 11th, CJW in 10th now, Rick in 9th, Faithful Seamer in 8th, we've got Ribbit in 7th, following the train of White Shark Phil in 6th, JRC in 5th, Street Boy in 4th, and it's quite a close battle between these guys. And then further ahead we have Moz in 3rd, White Shark Jim in 2nd, and ADG in 1st. Not a big gap at the front though. I was trying my best to get away and claim some kind of a gap to the guys behind, but it was more or less impossible. So look at this, the Street Boy leads 4 cars through the chicane on the end of lap 4. Whoa, that's Faithful Seamer in the background, and the McLaren going wide through the last chicane again. So it needs to gather that corner up. You lose a lot of time doing that, and they've done it a few times already now. JRC side by side with Ribber. Ribber trying to claim 5th position off him. He's got the inside line. Outside for oh no, he's still, sorry, I'm not that familiar with this track. Still got the inside for this one, but he's backed up a little bit. JRC manages to hold 5th position going through there. Good work from these guys, keeping it clean. Don't think anyone's overly familiar with Goodwood, so it was a tricky old night. The second track's similar as well. It's a long track, and it's if you're not familiar with it, which I certainly aren't, it's very hard to remember. I learnt these 2 tracks. I jumped on Thursday and had a bit of practice. JRC with a lot of pressure again from Ribber behind, but doing a great job so far of defending 5th position. Street Boy now up into 4th, and he's away. Now he's got past JRC. He's managed to pull a gap instantly and leave them in his dust. Quite literally around here, as they do kick up quite a lot of dust, touching the odd bit of grass here and there. So it's good racing between Ribber and JRC here. Oh, is this going to be 3 wide? Ooh, JRC backing out. A little touch. Oh no, big mistake there. Ooh, let's watch that again. So just a touch as Ribber and Phil go side by side through here. Phil coming through behind, JRC just backing out there. Ribber did get the line wrong, and then Phil just took the advantage. Don't think there was actually any contact. I think Ribber just got that wrong on his own, and it looked like there was contact just because of the way that White Shark Phil came through. But I don't think there was actually a touch there. So White Shark Phil making up a position or 2 from that. Was it Phil? Oh, he's ended right. Well, let's watch this again. I've missed it. So, Phil goes off as well, right, got that. I missed that, I thought he just carried on. And then that allows JRC just to continue, right. So JRC carries on in 5th position as Phil gets it going again. Rick comes through. And Ribber behind him after that. Big off between those 2. Now down into 8th position. Been having a good race, climbing up the order as Ribber as well, so a bit unfortunate. He's got Faithful Seamer behind him now as well. CJW coming through. And Ginger Crackhead as well. Chewy has backed out of this race now. Just bought better of it, didn't want to continue, so we've lost a player to Chewy leaving, but he does join us for the second race of the night. Anyway, meanwhile we will go right up to the top, see what's going on. Sorry for skipping through, could have done that better. We've still got ADG in the lead, with White Shark Jim following very closely behind, with a purple sector as well. And then we've got Moz closing up incredibly quickly there, just through that one corner. So right back onto Jim's bumper. It was relentless, the pressure at the front. The biggest gap I ever had leading this race was half a second, and that didn't last very long. So the pressure was constantly there. Street Boy and JRC pretty close together now. Will they? Oh yeah, Street Boy goes really wide into there, misses the apex by a mile, allows JRC to close up a little bit. JRC with a good exit out of the chicane as well, so he's right on the bumper of Street Boy now. Street Boy trying to defend it. Not the kind of corner you want to overtake through the first corner. Ooh, Street Boy just having a little moment, so that allows JRC to get the run on him a little bit, but the Nissan GTR has just got the straight line speed over the trophy there and pulls back ahead. Oh, just noticed Jim's just got past me, so up into first. Let's go back and watch that. Just got a little bit wide through there. Lost a little bit of momentum. Just allows Jim the dive down the inside, really. It was close enough to get it done all of a sudden, and I had to allow the room really. So Jim with a really good move up into first place. Not a lot in it though, as you can see. So I just wanted to cover that, change for the lead. Street Boy and JRC still side by side, battling away, these two. So the GTR's definitely got the straight line speed over the Megane Trophy. But at the same time, the Megane Trophy's just received a BOP update, balance of performance update, and they've changed the figures a little bit, and it's actually hindered it slightly, and there's been a couple of guys saying that it feels a lot heavier, harder to turn in at the front, so it's not quite the beast it was in the corners now, I believe, the Megane. So I've got myself back up into first. Anyway, let's skip through, see what else is going on. Got Rick in 6th, leading with quite a gap away from Phil in 7th. CJW in 8th, with Ribber right on his tail. Oh, like he closed up incredibly quickly there, Ribber. Good to watch this, I'm loving it. Some good, decent racing going on. Not a lot of overtakes. It's not the kind of track you can just send it up the inside and hope for the best and get away with it. It's like I say, you've got to calculate your overtakes a little bit more on this one. If you do make a mistake, Moz in the lead now. If you do make a mistake, it's a big one, like we already mentioned. So we'll skip up to Moz. So I think me and Jim had a little bit of an incident. I can't remember exactly what happened there. I would go back, but I think it happened quite a way back. Jim just going wide on the exit there as well. So Jim dropping way off the front now, and leaves me and Moz to battle it out for the win. But yeah, Moz with a nice healthy gap over me in second at the moment now. So JRC's got past Street Boy now. JRC up into 4th, Street Boy in 5th. I've missed the overtake. all a bit spread out, and it's hard to follow everyone and catch all the action when it's so spread out. If everyone's in a long train, you see more or less everything, but there's a big gap between everyone. It's really easy to miss stuff. Faithful Seymour keeping it going in 11th, but he's had a few incidents that have dropped him a lot of time in this one. His lap times are all over the place there on the right hand side. Ginger Crackhead getting caught out a little bit early on, and a bit of a moment with one of the other drivers coming through the last chicane, and lost quite a bit of time, so he's trying to get back into this race now. Same with CJW. I don't think CJW had any massive dramas. He might have had a bit of an off, but no big contact with anyone that we've seen. So Phil's doing a great job of catching up to the back of Rick, the Jaguar F-Type. Like I say, a bit of a gap between everyone now. No one really close, bumper to bumper, ready to overtake. So just keep skipping through. I do apologise, but gives everyone a quick look and see how they're going. So Moz and Ribber didn't join us last week. They missed last week, so it's good to see them back this week, and they had some really good races as well, so it was good fun. Good to see them back. White Shark Jim with that little mistake we saw a lap ago, I think, a lap or two ago. It's just dropped him out of contention for catching us up a little bit. He's out of the slipstream now, so he's got a lot of work to do to try and claw back second place. And it looks like JRC's catching him slowly but surely. With the increased weight of the Megane now, it will increase the tyre wear slightly, so the Megane's been really good and notorious for having really good tyre wear, but that'll be slightly changed from this new BOP update as well, so the tyres probably won't last as long, I would expect. It's quite a big difference in weight. So I've jumped in the pits. ADG123 is in the pits from second place. White Shark Jim jumps in from third, allows JRC to go for another lap, taking a bit of a different strategy, and goes past the 15-minute marker, goes for yet another lap in the Megane. So he's up into third. Moz has carried on as well. White Shark Jim still sat in the pits. I don't know what's going on for Jim, but he's still sat in the pits. Bit of an issue. He don't need fuel, so there's no reason for him to be sat there, but unfortunately he's sat there for quite a long time. So Moz is in first place. This is Gran Turismo messing up. White Shark Jim is actually sat in the pit, so he's not in first. Moz is in first. JRC is in second now. We've got ADG in third. Ribber in fourth. Fifth is Street Boy. So that's the order since the pit stops. Ginger Crackhead, I don't think he's stopped so far, and he's now up into seventh. So again, picking up a few positions because of the strategy. And yeah, the guys towards the back are all roughly in the same position. CJW in 10th, Faithful Seymour in 11th, Rick in 9th, White Shark Moz now in the pit, sorry. This lap around, Moz diving in. So it was quite close as Moz came out. Let's look back. That's me in the background coming through. So it was down to me now in second place to try and take the lead off Moz, because there was quite a big gap between everyone else. So I'm not sure what's going on for Jim, but as you can see, lagging like hell, and he's stuck in the pits. So JRC and Ribber after the pit stops are incredibly close again. Ribber up into fourth now. I'm not sure Ribber is pitted, but JRC, well, I'm not sure actually, I'm not sure. Let's just have a quick look actually. Yeah, so JRC's pitted and Ribber hasn't. So is Ribber going to go for the no stop? Can he keep this pace going in 4th position? Otherwise he's obviously going to drop back a bit further if he goes for a pit stop. And I'm sure he'd like to hold that 4th position if possible, even if it does mean driving on the worn tyres. So Ginger Crackhead up into 6th now with the pit stops again and working their way out. Phil in 7th. Rick in 8th, so everyone's been promoted a position as White Shark Jim's now sat in the pits. Again, unexplained what's going on there. So I've managed to claw the gap to Moz to get bumper to bumper with him now. They're challenging for 1st place side by side. Eddie G on the outside and just managed to get it done before we have to turn into the fast right-hander. The TT round here was unbelievable. The straight line speed was yeah, quite the advantage, let's put it that way. So Moz had the advantage through the corners and managed to really keep up with me and catch up through the corners, but on the straights I just, even though he was sat there in my slipstream, I still had the advantage with the straight line speed. So that's what kept this race going between us two. It was really good actually, really enjoyed it. For 3rd place we have JRC and still River right behind him. So it's not the most exciting race I've ever watched back, but there's still some good action to be watched and some good driving going on, just to keep it clean on this track. Phil's not far behind, but he needs to close the gap to Ginger Crackhead to have any chance of claiming 6th position before the end. CJW has had a quiet one. He's provided us with quite a lot of entertainment in the race replays over the last couple of weeks, but this race has been a bit of a quiet one for him. Faithful Seymour getting all sorts of wrong coming out of the last chicane, and there we go, see him getting a boot full of oversteer, putting it into the barriers, gets it going again there. White Shark Jim's still lagging in the pits, so God knows what the hell's happened there, but it's completely ruined Jim's race. So skip back through, and everyone's still in the positions they were, so nothing's happened to anyone really. Street Boy sat in a distant slipstream of JRC in front now, and JRC's been overtaken by Ribber. Can we go back and I don't know how long ago it was, I won't risk it. Can end up going back 2 minutes to see the replay. So JRC getting a good exit as Ribber goes a little bit wild on the exit, but gathers it up quite nicely. It's not too much of a drama. Oh, Ribber getting a boot full of understeer as he gets tries to get it tucked into the apex midway around that corner. Oh, JRC touching the grass a little bit, risky. Good corners these. I was convinced I didn't like Goodwood, but I actually really enjoy it now I've learned it. Really good track. A good little battle going on here, but difficult to make any massive advantage since they're both in the same car. Oh, Ribber drifting it through the second to last corner, so that allows JRC just about to get through before the chicane. I'm sure that would have been a slightly worrying moment, wondering what was going to happen there, but it works out nicely. JRC claims 3rd position again, with Ribber just taking it a little bit too wide at the apex and going too wide on the exit, getting a little bit of gravel. He managed to gather it up quite nicely, but at the same time, he's dropped the position because of it. Street Boy still plodding away in 5th, doing purple sectors actually, not quite plodding away. He's absolutely flat out trying to catch the guys in front. Oh, we join Phil as he goes off-roading. Couple of little jumps. Goes wild, cutting the grass, and that allows Ginger Crackhead to come through. And oh, he's gone off again, so that's Rick as well. If Rick can keep it on track, he should get past Phil now as well. Yep, there we go. So a massive mistake there for Phil, and that's what I talked about right at the beginning. The fact if you're off on this track, there's no barriers to stop you, so you can be off for quite a long time. It's not just hit a barrier, get it back on track, and off you go again. It can be quite the excursion. So White Shark Phil losing a couple of positions through that one. Oh, and then Rick and White Shark Phil both hit the last bit of the last chicane. Look at the car of White Shark Jim in the pits. So Rick and Phil not with the proudest moment coming out of the last chicane there, but Phil gets through on Rick. CJW too far behind to make any opportunity out of the mistakes going on ahead. So what else have we got going on? Let's have a look. Street Boy still battling away, trying to get onto the back of River. Looks like he's pretty close, but struggling to get that extra little bit just to get close right up to his bumper. JRC has now built quite a nice little gap to River and doesn't have to worry about defending through any of these corners now. It's always a good position, even if they are still right behind you. Just break that gap enough to be able to not worry about having to defend. So going back to me and Moz, I'm still in first at this time. Just trying to hold off the pressure from Moz behind. He's incredibly close, and he has been for the whole race. So he's looking feisty there, looking like he wants to get past sometime soon. And why wouldn't he? He's challenging for the lead. Just going to say it now, this is probably one of my best wins ever for the amount of pressure throughout the race that was going on. It was, I shouldn't have said that, I've given away the ends, but yeah, for those that are involved, one of my best races for the result, this one. So JRC still doing a great job to River, and Street Boy Ginger Crackhead just driving it on his own now, having a bit of a lonely race. White Shark Phil in a similar position, having a bit of a lonely race with Rick behind him, with a bit of a gap though. CJW, same for him, bit lonely. Fair Placebo in 10th position, driving around on his own pretty much, and then there's some funky moves going on from White Shark Phil with his hydraulic LA South Compton suspension. Looking good on the TT. I didn't know you could install it on that, but it was a bit of a moment towards the end for Mod, so I want to kind of catch it. Don't want to watch him for the remainder of the race, but do just want to catch it. So there's only 4 minutes left now, coming towards the last couple of laps. It's only a 1:13 lap time, 1:14 lap time though, so it's not the longest of laps, so it's still, what's that, a good 3-4 laps. Look how close it is again. This is what I'm talking about, the pressure was relentless. Unbelievable, bumper to bumper the whole time. So Moz went for a little bit of a move, cut the curb too much, so unsettled the car too much, and there he goes, off to the shadow realm. That was it. That's the one I wanted to catch. Just I wanted to watch it back myself personally because I hadn't seen it yet. Just watch it again. I don't want to relish in these mistakes live, I just want to watch it to see exactly what happened. They just cut the curve too much, got it on the grass, unsettled it into there, and got it all wrong. It allowed me just to have the last few minutes to myself without too much pressure anymore, and all of a sudden a massive weight off my shoulders. Moz still in second position as he gets it going again, but obviously he's dropped off the lead quite considerably. JRC in third. Can't actually see Moz in front, so it doesn't make any difference to JRC's race. But yeah, big one there for Moz. Luckily we had enough of a gap to get away with it. So River again coming strong. He's going to go for it. So easy to defend the inside coming into here, this is the problem. JRC just doing a great job of defending it there. With Ribber, if he wanted to overtake there, Ribber would have had to try around the outside. So JRC doing a good job defensively, not allowing any opportunity to occur really from Ribber. So good racing from JRC. He's worked hard to keep this third position. Coming towards the end now though, we've not got long left. He needs to just keep it going. Ribber giving him plenty of pressure, plenty of things to think about from behind though. Street Boy just happy to sit there in fifth by the look of it at the moment, just wanting something to happen in front of him to try and get the move done. Doing a great job in the GTR around here actually. Street Boy. Not the, well, it's arguably not the ideal choice of car for this kind of track, but showing us that he can make it work. Street Boy doing a great job. So we're on to the last lap now. Still got first position, so Moz in second, JRC in third, quickly go through, River in fourth, Street Boy in fifth, Ginger Cracker in sixth, White Shark Phil in seventh, Phil in seventh, Rick in eighth, CJW in 9th, Faithful Seamer in 10th, and Jim is still bopping away in the pits. Faithful Seamer has pulled to one side as well and stopped. So what else, what's going on? Let's jump back up to JRC and River. Oh, gap's grown a little bit now. So coming towards the finish line now, I bring it home in first for my second Fusion win, which I'm really happy with. Thank you very much. I'll take that. Moz in second. White Shark Jim finishing in second somehow, so I don't know how that's worked out. Moz in third. I'm not sure about that one. I'm pretty sure Moz finished in second. We'll ignore Jim. So the order's mixed up, so take one off. JRC is in third. Ribber is in fourth. Street Boy in fifth in the end. Ginger Crackhead, is that right? I think that's right. Ginger Cracker in sixth in the end. White Shark Phil in seventh. Eighth was Rick. CJW finishing ninth, and Faithful Seamer finishing in 10th, and White Shark Jim, I believe, should be 11th. I could have that completely wrong, and God knows what's going on with Jim, but there we go. It's very confusing at the end. Not the most entertaining race for a little summary, but the next one, St. Croix, has quite a big incident in it and causes quite the drama, and that's more of an entertaining one, I do assure you, so stick with me for that. But yeah, thank you for joining me for this one. Thank you very much, and take care. I will see you again soon. Hit that like button if you've enjoyed it, and yeah, see you again soon. Take care, adios, look after yourselves and stay safe. Bye for now.